गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ईशावास्योपनिषद मंत्र 3। असुर्यानामते लोकाः
असुर्यानामते लोकाः
अन्धेन तमसावृताः
अन्धेन तमसावृताः
तांस्ते प्रेत्याभिगच्छन्ति
तांस्ते प्रेत्याभिगच्छन्ति
ये केचात्महनो जनाः
ये केचात्महनो जनाः।
There are people in the world who choose to know the Atman, who choose the pursuit of Atman. But such people are very rare, as Bhagavan tells in Gita, Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhaye. Among thousands of human beings, a rare person makes effort for moksha, makes effort for Atman-jnana. Whereas vast majority of the people choose to remain ignorant of the Atman. The Upanishad, the subject matter of the Upanishad is Atman-jnana, self-knowledge. Therefore, the Upanishad encourages a human being to make effort for Atman-jnana. It is worth making effort for Atman-jnana. Why? Because it is the means for moksha. Atman-jnana is a means for moksha. Why moksha? Why I should strive for moksha? Because moksha is the true purpose of life. if I have to make my life meaningful, there is only one way. Make effort for moksha. How can moksha be the only purpose of life? Why not something else? Why not holidaying be the purpose of life? For life, I want to enjoy going to various places. Why can't that be the purpose of life? Keep traveling, keep enjoying various places. Or why can't money be the purpose of life? Earn tons of money and become a multi-millionaire, करोड़पति. कौन बनेगा करोड़पति? So why not money be the purpose of life? And why not name and fame be the purpose of life? To be popular, to get recognition in the society. Why not something else? Why only moksha? The answer lies in yourself. The Shastra need not answer this question because the answer lies in your own mind. What do you really want? Think for yourself. Everybody can think it for himself or herself. What do I really want? The answer cannot vary because everybody wants happiness. The source where they are looking for happiness might vary. Somebody might look for happiness in relation, whereas somebody might look for happiness in name and fame. Somebody might look for happiness in holidaying, but everybody really wants only happiness. If I am looking for friends, it is for happiness. If I am looking for money, it is for happiness. Therefore, everybody wants happiness. It is universally true. Therefore, all of us are seekers of happiness. If you have come here, it is for happiness. Expecting happiness, you have come here. Therefore, if you don't find some amount of happiness, you may not return also next week. Many are returning because they have found some amount of happiness. I don't know what kind of happiness they have got, but some amount of happiness. Everybody seeks happiness. Now let's analyze. What kind of happiness do you want? Do you want temporary happiness or do you want permanent happiness? Nobody will say, I want temporary happiness. I don't want permanent happiness. Nobody will say. Everybody wants permanent happiness. Everybody wants nitya sukha. Likewise, everybody wants nirapeksha sukha. My happiness should not be dependent on somebody else. My happiness should not depend on my boss. If the boss is in a good mood, I am happy. Perhaps that's what happens in many offices. The boss is in good mood. He allows everybody to be happy that day. The following day he is not in a good mood. Everybody else also become unhappy. My happiness should not be dependent on anybody else. It should be independent of other factors. I should be happy independent of other factors. It is called nirapeksha sukha. Everybody wants nitya sukha. Everybody wants nirapeksha sukha. And everybody wants niratishaya sukha. Niratishaya, unsurpassable happiness. They can be surpassable happiness. I am happy, but somebody else is happier. He has surpassed me in his degree of happiness. I don't want that to happen. I want unsurpassable happiness. There should not be anything further. Meaning total happiness, complete happiness. Therefore, everybody wants nitya, niratishaya, nirapeksha sukha. Eternal, independent and unsurpassable happiness. That is what everybody is seeking. It is universally true. We don't have to look into Upanishad to understand this. Just we have to inquire ourselves. What do we really want? Most often we don't ask this question. What do I want? We don't inquire. We just seek what comes to our mind. But we have to ask our mind, what do you really want? Then you will find this answer. There cannot be another answer. It is universally true. And in Vedantic terminology, such happiness is called moksha. Moksha is just a term to what everybody wants. The desire for moksha is intrinsic to all of us. The Shastra doesn't have to dictate the terms. You should seek moksha. Shastra doesn't have to say this. Because knowingly or unknowingly, what we want is nothing but moksha. But many of them do not understand what they want. That is where the problem lies. We don't know what we really want. We don't know what we should really seek. That is why we keep seeking various objects. But if we inquire, if we analyze properly, we get the clarity. If one has the clarity regarding what he seeks, he wants nothing but moksha. And then the Vedanta gives him the means. If you want moksha, here is the means. What is the means? Atman, self-knowledge. Therefore, if you want to make your life meaningful, seek self-knowledge. Seek Atman. If one doesn't seek Atman, who is going to be the loser? Upanishad has nothing to this. Then who is the loser? It is the person himself who doesn't seek Atman. He remains ignorant of his own self. That is the greatest pity. You live all your life without knowing who you really are, without knowing what your real nature is. Then it is as good as not having your true nature. If I don't know my true self, my true self is as good as absent for myself. I have a treasure in my house. I have a treasure. But I am not aware of that treasure. It is buried right under my house. But I am not aware of it. Then the treasure is as good as absent for me. I might live in dire poverty despite having a treasure trove right under my those then it is as good as answered. Likewise, we have the greatest treasure in ourselves. And this is an eternal treasure, an infinite treasure, which is nothing but happiness. Absolute happiness is within ourselves. The happiness that we are seeking is not outside ourselves. It is our own swarupa, Atma. It is hiding in ourselves. If we do not seek it, and spend all our life doing everything else without seeking the self, without seeking the treasure within ourselves, it is as good as lost. We become losers of the greatest treasure, the Atma. Therefore, the Upanishad calls the person who doesn't choose to know the Atma as a destroyer of the self. Atmahano janaha, destroyer of the self. He has destroyed the self. In fact, the self cannot be destroyed. Atma cannot be destroyed because Atma is eternal, Nitya. It cannot be destroyed. But we can lose it if we don't choose it. If we don't choose to know the Atma, we are losers of the Atma. It is well known in Vedanta, Atmalabha na parolabha. There is no greater gain than gaining the Atma. Atmalabha, discovering the Atma, finding the Atma is the greatest of the gains. And one can choose to lose it. One can choose to lose the Atma by not making effort to know the Atma. And such people are called Atmahano janaha. Ye keta Atmahano jana. The people who choose to lose the Atma without preferring to know the Atma. What happens to them? They remain ignorant all their life. And not only in this life, even after this life, they will end up in other lokas, in other janma, and even there they will remain ignorant. Asuryanamate lokaha. They go to Asurya loka. Asurya. Asuranam svabhutaha loka. The lokas of Asuras. Who is Asura? Asushu ramanti iti asura. People who revel in their body are called Asura. The people who think body is the ultimate. Body is their priority. Such people are called Asura. Even among human beings we have many Asuras. They think body is everything. My body should look nice. My body should remain healthy. And everything related to my body should be nice. They are called Asura. They don't think beyond the body. There are Asuras among human beings. And Shankaracharya says, not only human beings. From the standpoint of the absolute truth, even the Devatas are Asura. Paramartha bhavam apekshya Devadayopyasuraha. Even the Devatas are Asura. Devatas. Even the Devatas are Jivas. They live in a higher world. We live in this world. That's the only difference. Even we can become Devata if we do some amount of punya. We can get Devata Janma. We can go to higher world. But even the Devatas are ignorant of their self. In the Swarga, even they are Asuraha, because even they identify with their body. They enjoy all pleasure associated with the body, and they are confined to the body. Therefore, even Devatas are Asura. Asuryanamate lokaha. Without knowing the Atman, even if we become Devataha, there is nothing great in it. Because as long as you identify with one body or another, it may be human body or it is Devata body. Nonetheless, it is body. And body means you are confined. As long as you identify with the body, you are confined. You are limited. There is a limited identity. And as long as there is a limited identity, one cannot own up the infinite. Therefore, even the Devatas, they have identification with the body. Therefore, even they are Asura. One can be Devata, but even then, he is confined to the body. Andhena tamasavritaha. And these janmas, lokaha means janma. These janmas, even in the Devata janma, there is no opportunity to find self-knowledge. For one janma, one has to remain ignorant of the self. Even the Devatas, mostly they remain ignorant of the self. That is what we understand from the Shastra. At least in human birth, we have better opportunity to know the Atman. In fact, the best janma to get the knowledge of Atma is human birth. That is why in Viveka Chodamani, Shankaracharya says, the human birth is a rare gift. Daivanugraha hetukam. It is a grace, a special grace from the divine. Because in other lokas, it is difficult to get Atmajnana. Jantunam narajanma durlabham. Human birth is durlabha, very difficult to get. Because the pursuit of self-knowledge is a privilege of human birth. If someone has become a Devata, he is entangled in the material enjoyment. The Devatas don't have the problems as we have. And when there is no problem, you don't think of Ishvara. You don't think of Paramatma as long as there is no problem. It's so general. Therefore, human birth. In human birth, you have a mixture of pleasure and pain. Sometimes you are happy, sometimes it is pleasurable, whereas sometimes it becomes painful. Human birth is a mixture of punya and papa. We have punya also. That's why sometimes we get sweets, we get ice cream. And there is papa also. Lot of papa. That is why we keep on experiencing various difficulties in life. Coronavirus, another papa. All of us have done some papa, that's why there is COVID. It's a collective papa. And when we see the pleasure and pain, both, we start inquiring. We start looking for something higher. And that is when some people end up coming for Upanishad class. So there are other janmas. If we miss this janma, we may not find another opportunity for self-knowledge very quickly. We may have to wait for a long time. Because the other janmas, andhena tamasavrutāha, they are covered by darkness of ignorance. Andhena tamasa. Andhena means adarshanaatmakena. Adarshana, ignorance. The darkness of ignorance. Avritaha. The other janmas are covered with the darkness of ignorance. Implying there is no opportunity for self-knowledge in other janmas. If we miss this chance, we don't know when again we will get another chance. Because the lower janmas, like dog janma, cat janma, bacteria janma, there is no chance of self-knowledge. We don't find dogs attending the class. We don't find cats attending Vedanta session. They cannot understand. Why they cannot understand? Because the dog or cat, its brain is not devised. It's not devised so efficient. It's a primitive type of brain. The hardware doesn't support the pursuit of knowledge. The software might be same. Our software may enter a dog software. What I mean to say is the Sukshma Sharira remains the same. But the hardware, the dog's hardware doesn't support any higher pursuit. But the human body, the human life supports the pursuit of knowledge. So, andhena tamasavrataha taste pretyabhigachanti yeke cha atmahano janaha yeke cha atmahano janaha. The people who have lost the Atma, who have destroyed the Atma, by not choosing Atma-jnana, by voluntarily choosing to give up the pursuit of Atma-jnana. Taste pretyabhigachanti. Te pretya, after death, tan abhigachanti, tan lokan abhigachanti. They get such janmas. After the human birth, they may get other janmas where they cannot pursue Atma-jnana. Therefore, if we lose this opportunity now, this golden opportunity to find self-knowledge, then we don't know when again this opportunity is going to come. Maybe after thousands of janmas. First of all, we have to be reborn as human beings. Manushyatvam. Many are human beings. but they don't get mumukshutva. They don't get the desire for moksha. Because, as I said, they don't know what they are seeking. They don't have clarity. That is why they don't seek moksha. Mumukshutvam is still there. You can try persuading your friends. There is a Vedanta class. Why not try? It's not possible to bring anybody. If anybody happens to come, that is a wonder. These sessions are free of cost. I don't charge for the sessions. Everything is free of cost. But how many people are coming here? It's a wonder that so many people are coming. Because when Krishna taught Arjuna, only one person was there. Krishna had only one student, one Shishya. I am much luckier than Krishna. So, mumukshutvam, the desire for moksha, even to get the inclination for moksha, you need special grace. It's another special grace. Daivanugraha and Mahapurusha Samshayaha. One might have desire for moksha, but he doesn't find a proper guru. It is not easy to find a proper guru. You can ask the people who have tried finding a guru. Then you will know how difficult it is to find a guru. I know people who have spent years before they came across a proper guru to teach them. Mahapurusha Samshaya is not easy to find. Therefore, the Upanishad suggests, do not postpone moksha for another janma. Do not postpone self-knowledge for another janma. Instead, make effort now and here. Because this is a golden opportunity, a golden chance to seek Atman, to seek self-knowledge. Om
Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.